The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome everyone to episode 164 of the Daily Mother Swole. Six-pack or stability today. Six-pack or stability. And it's funny because a lot of people were just talking about abs. You probably saw the title. And I get a lot of questions about abs and ab training. How do you get abs? Why people care so much about abs, I don't know. I think it's just because it's like the club or the restaurant that's sold out, or the movie that's sold out, or the car that's too expensive. People just want to have something that is hard to get, and that's pretty common. It's also very aesthetically right in the middle of the body, and it looks powerful. And in all honesty, that's why people want it, because on an evolutionary level, it looks powerful. If you have a six-pack, if you have a muscular physique, and that six-pack makes a difference, guess what? It is evolutionary, and on an evolutionary level, we are all sexual. So it means better, stronger abs. You can fight, you can conquer, you can thrust with sex. That's what abs refer to. That's what abs mean that's why people like glutes. That's why people like abs. That's why people like these things, because we're all driven to procreate, and that's pretty much the only reason that is for sure that we're here on Earth, is to make more humans. And unfortunately, we're doing that at a very high rate, and we're overpopulating this world. But before I keep soaring completely far off topic, abs are important for other reasons. They're important because it's the core of our physique. The problem is everyone thinks of the core as the abs, as a six-pack, and that's absolutely 125% incorrect. The core is the pelvis, the glutes included, all the way up to the cervical spine. So that's the core. Now, if we're talking about that area of the core, that's different. The six-pack is actually just one of the muscles, the rectus abdominis. The reason why there's a discrepancy and there's a lot of pain and back pain involved with working the rectus abdominis and doing crunches and things of that like is the contrast between movement and stabilization muscles. Movement and stability. The rectus abdominis is a movement muscle. When you contract the rectus abdominis, the six-pack, you are going to flex the spine and bend forward. This is a very functional movement. It's important. We like the look of the rectus abdominis. We also like the look of the obliques and the function of the obliques rotating side to side. However, the most important muscles to work are the stabilizers, the muscles that you cannot see, the transverse abdominis, namely, which is the muscle that's targeted when I always talk about sucking the stomach in, drawing the belly button into the spine during a plank, during a hip bridge, during any movement. So if you stand up straight or sit up straight or lie down, doesn't matter, suck your stomach in as much as you can. Try to make that stomach nice and caved in. Draw your belly button all the way to your spine. Boom. That is activating your transverse abdominis. It's a natural muscle in the body that resembles a belt. Now, when that muscle is firing, it is actually tightening and pulling the organs in around the spine and creating more stability and more of a concrete atmosphere in the lower back. The reason why stabilization muscles and stability is super important in the core is because give you that flat look. When those muscles are tight at a relaxed state, if they're more toned, they're going to give your stomach more a flat appeal, pulling the stomach physically in, so you have to suck your stomach in. It'll be naturally more flat. You're also going to have more support with the lower back with that lumbar stability. The lumbar is one region where your body needs a lot of support. It needs a lot of immobility. Around that area, your thoracic spine above and your hip joint below, that's where you're going to get your mobility. So the lumbar spine should be stable, just some flexion and extension, minimal rotation, and the hips and the lumbar and the thoracic spine will give you that rotation and those varying movements, the reason why human beings can contort and can rotate and twist in all sorts of directions. So those joints are meant to rotate. The lumbar spine, where the abdominal region is really located, is the base of your core is meant to be stable. So you need to combine that stability with movement. So combining the reason why I talk about yoga a lot. The reason why yoga is so important is because you are locking out the lumbar, you're locking out the hips, it improves thoracic mobility, it improves hip mobility, and it encourages and solidifies and creates more lumbar spinal integrity. So yoga actually improves stability in the lumbar spine and improves mobility in the thoracic and the hip joint. That's what's important. That's what's important in life. You need mobile joints to be mobile. You need stable joints to be stable. It sounds so simple, but it's not, because the problem is we're sitting on our asses all fucking day, and the hip joint that's supposed to be mobile gets very stiff and brittle. And when the thoracic spine, because we sit at computers, we sit in the cars, the thoracic spine and the hips get very stiff and brittle, so the body starts trying to get movement wherever it can, and it starts moving the lumbar spine too much, and that's not supposed to rotate. That's not supposed to do a lot of movement, and that's why you herniate discs. That's why you have problems, because your body does not have the mobility where it should. So that extra rotational and flexion and extension and that kind of stress gets dumped onto the lumbar spine, and you have problems, and you have injuries that can last you the rest of your life. The reason why those injuries last you the rest of your life is because they shouldn't happen to begin with. You're not supposed to have these issues. We're supposed to be mobile since we're born. We're put in cages, we're put in boxes, we're sitting down at desks learning bullshit in school, wasting our fucking time. So if you have kids, oh my God, if I ever have kids, they are never going to sit in one of those stupid ass schools. And we should be climbing trees and hunting and farming and fishing and doing physical activities. The reason we're having problems is because we are sitting down in cars. We're sitting down on a couch watching TV. Not saying you can never do that. Not saying people, in tribes in Africa and South America don't do that. But at the same time, they'll sit around a campfire for 3 hours in a complete deep ass to grass squat comfortably. If you can't do that, you have tight hips, you have tight lumbar spine, you have tight, knees, ankle complex. Everyone should be able to sit in a deep, ass to grass squat. That's how you're supposed to go to the bathroom, actually. But everyone should be able to sit in that position comfortably for an hour or two. That's normal. That's normal. I bet some of you can't even get down, let alone do that for 2 minutes. I bet you can't do it for 5 minutes. Even if you can, I bet you're going to be super uncomfortable. I'm not talking about with shoes on. I'm talking about barefoot, and I'm talking about with a nice flat back. Most of you cannot even do it with a flat back, let alone do it for more than 1 or 2 minutes at a time. And that's bad. That's bad. Doesn't mean you can't improve it, but you have a lot of scar tissue and buildup and restrictions that's going to take a long time to recover. So if you're just getting into yoga, and, had some people talk to me about seeing improvements in yoga and saying they've been doing yoga for a few months, which is great, but don't underestimate how tight you are and how little improvements you're going to see over a long period of time. Think about how much benefit you're going to see from lifting weights for 3 months. You're not going to get massive in 3 months. You might see some change. You might put on a few pounds. Same thing with yoga. You might get a little bit more, you'll get a little bit more flexible. You're not going to be amazing bendy yoga. You got to practice for years and years and years. And if you see some of these transformations before and after yoga poses, sometimes these transitions that look like maybe, okay, they got 6 inches further into a stretch, it might be over the course of 2 or 3 years. That's a massive improvement. That's a massive difference, but it takes time. And stretching is one of the biggest things you have to do on a regular basis every day to see improvement. It's not something you could just do 3 or 4 times a week, casually take a week off like strength training. Stretching has to be done regularly. And that's challenging for most people that don't have that as their original passion. So my point with six-pack or stability, six-pack is great. We love the look. It really does mean that you have a healthy diet, that generally your metabolic system is probably above average. You have minimal, required strength, for example. You have good core integrity, but just because you have a six-pack doesn't mean you have good balance. Doesn't mean your muscles are balanced. Doesn't mean your lower back is safe. Doesn't mean your glutes are activated. Doesn't mean you have good structural integrity. It really does not. It really does not. Just because you have a visual six-pack does not mean that you are aligned, does not mean that you're not at risk for a lower back injury. It means none of those things. So what's really important is that you are activating those core stabilizer muscles. Yes, I have a routine. I have exercise that you can practice. You need to go to, everyone that's watching, youtube.com/Swolenormous, Swolenormous on YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel, look at my exercise videos. Back in the exercise videos, the archive, you can also see the supine hip bridge. You can see the plank. You can see those exercises that you should be practicing every day. Single leg squat. Those are 3 amazing core activation exercises. The supine hip bridge, the plank, and the single leg squat are 3 exercises that are fantastic. And yesterday I posted a total body workout video. I didn't do anything really with core. I did show total body general workout training. And I am going to be posting some more exercise videos, so stay tuned. That's why I want everyone to go to this. I want everyone to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, because I will be posting videos like I just did yesterday. I posted a workout video, because I'm just getting back into the gym myself. I took a 2 weeks off to let my body recover. I do that once in a while. And I did a voiceover, so I broke down the exercise I was doing. That is probably the style of workout video that I'm going to do. I've gotten a lot of great feedback. So what I want you to do is I want you to go on my YouTube channel, like the video, and comment below if you like that style of video. If you like the style of video where I do a voiceover, where it shows me doing the exercise and I'm talking over it, explaining it. If you like that style, let me know. Send me a snap message, post on YouTube channel, and definitely let me know if you like a video. Let me know that you like it. Like the video, subscribe, send me a snap or Instagram. Hey, I love this video. Let me know, because if I get great feedback on certain things, there will be more of them. If you just like it and then you close, you watch it, you don't like or subscribe or anything, and you just leave, how do I know what you like? How do I know what content you like? So a lot of times I try different things. You have to try different things. I'm not going to make the same type of video over and over again if people don't like it, if people don't give me feedback. So if I don't get any feedback or any response from certain types of videos, I'm not going to make those types of videos anymore. So if you like something, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Send some likes on Periscope. Subscribe. Send me a snap. Hey, I love this exercise video. This was great. Okay. Then if I get that from 30 people, wow, people love this, you're going to see more of it. Absolutely, you're going to see more of that type of video. So definitely like this and like it and give me feedback. Let me know what you think. YouTube, Swolenormous, subscribe. That's number 1. All the episodes of Daily Swole, if you're new, are on my YouTube channel. Also, there's a triple live broadcast, Facebook Live, Periscope, and Busker. And this is also a podcast, thus the microphone. So you can also find this on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. Yeah, it's a podcast, and it's on iTunes. You could download the iTunes. You could download it or listen to it on the podcast app for SoundCloud. Just SoundCloud is a great app. I really prefer that to iTunes in some cases. But also you could find it on iTunes, Daily Swole. So try Daily Swole, no space, with a space. Just type it in once or twice. I'm not sure which one pulls it up on iTunes. And that being the case, if you have not, and I know the goal, and some people are sleeping on Periscope. Remember, the goal is 1 million hearts on Periscope by New Year's. There you go. That's the live response. And thank you for floating those thumbs up on Facebook Live. On iTunes, I still want some of you to do this. I appreciate I've been saying this every day, but I'll say it every day just to encourage you. If you are on iTunes, if you're an Apple user, if you like the podcast on iTunes, please leave me a review. Leave me an honest review on iTunes. I appreciate it. 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. Leave an honest review. I appreciate the feedback. It definitely helps the podcast and the rankings and everything like that. And also like the podcast on SoundCloud and like the video on YouTube. Even if you watched it here live, once I post it, hook it up. If you liked what I talked about, if it helped you out, give it a like. I appreciate the support. Thank you for joining me for episode 164. Remember, Swolenormous Premium members, those of you that are a member of my premium Facebook group, if you have never heard of that, you've never heard me talk about that, which if you don't, if you haven't followed me recently, I do have a elite private training group on Facebook. It's a private group. You could sign up on my website, swolenormous.com. It's $4.99 a month. That's right. Sounds like an infomercial. That's right. For only $4.99 a month. But it's true. $4.99 a month. I do a lot of live broadcasts. People post questions all the time. I do feedback. I do form corrections. We're doing program design. We do weekly accountability meetings. So that's where I got into this. It's Monday. So those of you that are members of Premium that are watching me live, make sure that you're there today at 1 p.m. We're going to go over a couple topics based on some of the things I've been talking about this week and some of the dialogue that's been floating around in the group. And well, maybe someday you can sacrifice. It's a Starbucks coffee. It's a Starbucks coffee or a Subway sandwich, and yeah, it's a monthly subscription. So it's totally what you put into it. And this group is great because it gets direct access to me. I do some private videos. I do a lot of I like to do kind of call it group one-on-one. I like to get as much personal as possible with the members of the group. So it allows for people that are really taking their fitness seriously. When you sign up on the website, you get a link to an application you have to fill out. So it gives me an idea of what your starting point is, and it has you actually articulate your goals, short and long term. And yeah, I appreciate that comment about the hustle. It is the hustle, and same thing with fitness. Whatever you're doing, have passion for it. Make sure that you put the time into it day in and day out. And those people that want to take a little bit further and get a little bit more into their own fitness, I recommend checking out Swolenormous Premium. There's no risk. It's only $4.99, and you get access to my ebook and all the other information on there, and access to me whenever you like, because I check that as a priority whenever I go on my social media. So anything with yoga, stretching, there's a lot more videos coming on all different aspects of my YouTube channel. So if you have not checked out my YouTube channel, I posted a new playlist. Only one video so far. It's called Spotlight. So if you haven't seen the Spotlight, it's, the most important thing? The most important thing in life is called with the Spotlight. And what the Spotlight is going to do is, some of you haven't gone through and seen all 550 of my YouTube videos. Why haven't you? Because you have a life and you have a job and you have, a lot of things to do. I'm just teasing. But I'm going through a lot of, the Spotlight is going to be a lot of, clips and highlights from other videos. So if you have not, that's great. I appreciate it, Mr. Triplet. So if you haven't seen that clip, let me know what you think of the Spotlight. Let me know what you think of that style, because there's a lot of content that you have not seen from previous Swole motions, from previous driving while gainings and stuff, and they're going to be highlighted in the Spotlight playlist. So if you like that style, again, subscribe, like the video, let me know what you think. And you can find me also on Snapchat and Instagram, Musically. If you want to contact me, just load up your favorite social media platform, type in Papa Swolenormous. Now, don't type in Papa, but those of you that know me, my real name is Papa. Last name, Swoleo. Thank you for joining me for episode 164. I'll see you tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time for 165. Keep it swole. Remember, premium members, I will see you at 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful start to your week on a Monday. Let's get absolutely fucking yoked.